Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, and in this video we're going to be previewing day 5 of the Punchestown Festival. The final day tomorrow. It's been a good week for us at the Punchestown Festival from a tipping perspective. We've had a few nice winners along the way at some decent prices. Also as well had a few decent each way bets coming as well. Just reflecting on day 4 today, we had some good winners with K de Burley, which was one of those 6 to 1. That was quite nicely tipped up by me last night. Also as well had a good each way bet of Peter Fahey's bumper horse, which ran in the last, which was really nice. Fontley House, it went off at around about 7 to 1 in the end. We were on at 22 to 1 each way, so that was a nice price there. Also as well, Bellamy de Civola ran really well for Noel Mead and Sean Flanagan, stepping up in trip at 8 to 1. That finished in the frame each way for us, but not too bad today. So hopefully we can continue that good form going in tomorrow. And the first race tomorrow is going to be in the 2:35. And really, I thought this race at Punchestown tomorrow was really hard. I didn't really fancy anything strongly in it. A lot of the horses that have been called upon to run in it tomorrow are kind of having their second run at the festival within a short amount of time, and I wonder if some of these horses like Blue Templar, Josie's Orders is lined up to be running, might have just had some hard races. And I'm going to take a chance here on, I would do this if you did want to have a bet in this race on small stakes each way, which would be Hurricane Darwin, around about 8 to 1 bookmakers at the moment. There are a few bookmakers paying around about 4 places in this race. It's trained by Alan Fleming, good trainer. Dennis O'Regan as well as a fair jockey booking. Now this horse finished 4th at Punchestown over the course and distance back in February, where it finished behind Overmyat and Josie's Orders. It was beaten a little bit of a way, ran back by 15 lengths that day, and I think that even though it did pull up at the Cheltenham Festival, it's going to be more fresher than some of its rivals tomorrow. Maybe that just might count for it tomorrow. And I thought at 8 to 1, he might not be a bad each way bet in the race because he's got experience with these cross country courses, and he's still a little bit young as well. And there could be a little bit more progression to come from him on the cross country circuit. So that's my selection there. I've got more of a stronger fancy in the next race in the 3:10, a horse called High Nellie, round about 7 to 1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Michael J. Bow, who saddled this horse to victory round about a couple of weeks ago, and it's its only runner in the last fortnight, and it's seeking a hat-trick of wins after wins of Cork and Tremor. And I thought with Cathal Landers, conditional jockey, taking £7 off tomorrow at 7 to 1, this horse had to make the frame. It's been really a progressive mare, and getting lots of weights as well, especially from that £7 claim tomorrow from some of its market rivals. It's got to be making the frame, and I thought it was a cracking each way bet tomorrow at the prices at 7 to 1. So for me, with some good form round right-handed tracks, which Cork and Tremor are, thought it was a really good bet tomorrow, and for me, that's my selection in 3:10. 3:50 in the mares race. It looks like it's a 2-horse race on paper between Apple's Jade and Benie Des Deuix. Now I'm going to go for Benie Des Deuix here, trained by Willie Mullins, who's going to be crowned Irish champion trainer tomorrow. Paul Townend booked for the ride in the Rich Ritchie colours, won the mares race at Cheltenham, and it was a really good race that day at Cheltenham. A lot of horses were very close together. You might remember the likes of Midnight Tour, which is going to reoppose tomorrow for Alan King, and David Russell ran a good race, split these two rivals with Apple's Jade. Apple's Jade did win this race last year, has won at Punchestown a couple of times in its career, but I thought Benie Des Deuix had a little bit maybe more to show against Apple's Jade, and really for me, at 2 to 1 out of the two, I would rather be on Benie Des Deuix, and that's going to be my selection in the mares race tomorrow. But I wouldn't have probably a massive bet if I was going to have a bet in that race. Another selection then moving forward in the 4:25, good race tomorrow, but I'm going to go for Saglawy here. I would have been on Mr. Adjudicator, been a really big fan of his this season. He's done me good, especially at the Dublin Racing Festival, and he ran a good race in the Triumph Hurdle. But I thought Saglawy here at 13 to 2 would be a good each way bet, trained by Willie Mullins, who we've already spoken about. Noel Feely booked for the ride today, or for tomorrow I should say, sorry. He's already had a winner at the festival for Willie Mullins on a hurdler with Draconian, so he knows how to do the job at the moment at the Punchestown Festival. Very good experienced jockey. Won a Grade 2 at Ferryhouse a couple of weeks ago, and you like to think it's still on an upward curve. I think some of the other horses might have had some hard races at the Cheltenham festivals and the likes. So really I thought with a lot of also as well some of these horses from these power yards, not the favourites not turning up necessarily, maybe their second and third strings turning up and winning some of these races. I thought Saglawy was not a bad selection there. It's going to be my selection in the 4:25. We then go to the 5 o'clock. I thought this was quite a tricky race to work out. And you're probably going, why am I going for this one? I'm going to go for Wounded Warrior. He's really dropped in the handicap marks now. He's off a mark of 131 and he's been rated in the 150s before. Trained by Noel Mead. Sean Flanagan takes a ride. He has been showing a little bit better form in recent starts. He finished second in the Thyestes, which was a really good run behind Monbeg Notorious. And I thought at a price tomorrow with numerous bookmakers pen numerous places, I thought 20-1 might not be a bad price, and he could maybe return to a little bit of some form. He is a talented horse, but he just hasn't been showing it that much in the last year or so. But if he could show a little bit of visibility off a mark of 131, a really low mark for him, I thought he could maybe go well. So that's going to be my selection in the 5 o'clock. 5:35, a strong fancy here. I'm going to go for Yaha Fizz in the handicap. Now trained by Gordon Elliott, Jack Kennedy takes a ride. They've had a little bit more of a better day today. They had a winner with Dortmund Park, which was good for them. And I thought Yaha Fizz showed a really good effort that day, finishing second at Ferry High behind a horse of William Allen's called Low Sun, which ran a good race at the Punchestown Festival a few days ago, finishing 4th in a very competitive handicap. And I thought for me, around about 9-1 bookmakers at the moment, it was a good solid each way bet. So that's going to be my selection in the 5:35. The last race of all the professional racing, at least anyway, on their card tomorrow ends in the 6:10. And I'm going to go with a horse here called Born to be Wild, around about 20-1 bookmakers at the moment. You might be asking, why am I selecting this horse? It's trained by Peter Fahey, whose record in the bumper races this week have been fantastic. We had a horse that I tipped up on the first day of Callum River, won at 16-1. Then he had Dunvegan, which won last night. Then he's had Fontley House, which we tipped up at 22-1, finished in a place today. So his bumper horses have been running really well. Also as well, Way in the West, another mare, ran well for him. So stable has been in very good form. Katie Walsh, very good positive. Jockey booking's been booked for the ride. This horse has got a nice pedigree. It's closely related to, I believe it's a half sister or half brother to Fagan. So some good pedigree in its bloodline. And I thought really tomorrow at 20-1 with Peter Fahey's horses running really well in bumpers, he could be a good each way bet, and that's going to be my selection in that race tomorrow. I'm not going to bother doing one in the charity race because who knows, anything could happen there. So I'm just going to preview, like I said there, the 7 races that are for the professionals, and hopefully we can have a few good winners there to end off our Punchestown Festival. So I'd just like to say also a massive thank you as well to all the new subscribers. If you didn't know anything about me before, I'm Chris Loader and I want to be a horse racing journalist in the near future. I'm hopefully going to go freelance soon. Just recently finished a work placement at the races. I study a Masters in Sports Broadcast Journalism at Southampton Solent University, and it'd be my dream job to become a horse racing journalist, and hopefully I will become that soon. I'm really getting close to it now. So thanks for all your support. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You can also follow me on Twitter as well. I really strongly advise you to follow me on there if you want to see my thoughts and things, what's going on in the day's racing. Do follow me on there. I'm quite active on there, so check me out on there if you haven't done so already. So that's all I've got to say. Please gamble responsibly, and I'll be seeing you soon.